And I do not think that any of this has been an accident as far as the performance we saw in the appearance before Congress.
Do you have a timeline at all?
You would almost have to go out of your way to make that have gone so bad.
From any of the day?
I have a timeline that does not have specifics.
That's shocking.
I think she went in there expecting for this to be a train wreck. She is not the one who's going to decide whether she steps down or not.
You know who she reports to? Her boss is a guy named Mayorkas.
She knows that this is going to be the end of her.
I have 100% confidence in the United States Secret Service.
You think she went to this hearing yesterday, had a bad day, went home, did some reflecting, and realized, you know what?
You're full of shit today.
You know, after talking to those people,
I don't think you've answered one question from the chairman, the ranking member, or me.
You know what? They're right. I'm going to write this email. There are many other people who observed the hearing yesterday, watched the fallout that occurred.
Can you answer why the Secret Service didn't place a single agent on the roof?
We are still looking into the advanced process and the decisions that were made.
Okay.
And then made the decision for her. Removing her, okay, boom, she's deleted.
And I understand that you're probably in a position where you're being told not to testify, which is why we had to subpoena you.
She is a cog in a much larger machine. Which is why we saw the responses that she was giving yesterday. She was given clear instructions on what to say and what not to say, no matter how bad it made her look.
But again, that is part of the flushing that we need to get out of Washington, and I would be happy to assist in that process.
There will always be that performative nature to these sorts of things where each member of Congress is thinking about their job security and getting reelected, and what can they say that will resonate on social media, what will make for good clips. It's just a reality. And that does not invalidate the concerns that are being voiced here.
Wasn't that building within the perimeter that should be secured? Do we agree with that?
But again, that is one of the things that during the investigation we want to take a look at and determine whether or not other decisions should have been made.
There are so many logical inconsistencies here.
I do not have all of those details at this time.
There's just something so artificial, and she doesn't care.
I am waiting to hear what the results of the investigation were. We are putting together a comprehensive report.
Because it's been 10 days. What better time to present those findings than when you appear in front of Congress?
I would have to go back and check the timeline of when that took place and when the event.
Why didn't you bring the timeline with you today to answer our questions?
You're sitting in front of Congress. Yeah, shucks, you caught me at a bad time.
I don't have all of the answers on the timelines based on the criminal investigation.
Were you not prepared today?
It's one of the few events I have seen that has caused both sides of the aisle to agree.
Both sides of the aisle today have asked for your resignation.
So, because I do think that bullshit detector within us just is universal, and it goes off regardless of your political opinions.
You're just being completely dishonest.
Come on. We have to maintain decorum in this committee, no matter how
Have you provided
upset we
any
get.
and all memos to this committee that we've asked you on July 15th? Have you provided all memorandums within the Secret Service?
I would have to get back to you on
that. That is a no.
You won't answer some pretty basic questions. It looks like you got a 9% raise and you cut corners when it came to protecting one of the most important individuals, most well-known individuals on the planet.
Stakes are really high right now. If there's ever been a time for answers, it is now.
Can any officer radio in, go, no go? We are not, hold the asset in place. We have somebody that we're looking for. And if they do or if they don't, how many people does that have to go through to get to the right actor in order to say stop?
I don't know.
Okay, we need to figure that out.
When people see an active effort to avoid transparency and to suppress information and answers, there's the sense that there is additional information out there, and there's just great efforts being taken to prevent that from entering the public eye. And it's a dangerous game to play. And
Well, maybe 3 different things happened. What do you mean 3 weapons were used? Who's the third one that was used? It's a lot of questions.
What this does, this environment that has been created, it's just going to cause more speculation.
It was magnificently staged. It was professionally done. It almost looked real.
Wait. Staged by who?
Oh, by Mr. Trump, of course.
I think this whole thing is staged.
On both sides.
This was a coup. They tried to kill Donald Trump, okay? The real question is who? Who gives the okay?
It's a scary time. It's almost as if there's something just beneath the surface that is increasing tension. I'm noticing it in my own life. I was streaming Elden Ring last night, and I got a phone call. This person was very upset.
No, you're good.
Hey, what's wrong? What's wrong?
I thought something had happened to my dad.
Hey, I gotta go.
So there was this relief, and then kind of like, are you serious? Like, that's why you called me in that tone of voice? To be met with that response to last week's video, it was very strange. One of your friends might not like what you say. Maybe one of your relatives might not like what you say. That's a foolish game. It's not a way. I don't have any choice but to, the logical course of action is to block out all the noise. To block all that out and just look for that firm footing, step by step, point by point, and do what seems rational, what feels real, in the most honest way I can. Got me thinking as I was watching the hearing with the director of the Secret Service and as she was evading, got me thinking about like the importance of transparency. I have to do what I think is best. I have to do what I think is right. And perhaps we shouldn't shy away from these awkward or difficult conversations so much. Perhaps that's one of the reasons we have gotten to this point, to where it's easier to say, no, don't say anything like that because someone might see it. Someone, like, don't you know you're not allowed to talk about these things? Discomfort is what allows us to grow. Uncomfortable conversations need to occur. The only way we get to having those conversations is through the acknowledgement of reality. And if they disagree, they're welcome to disagree and we can have a further conversation. I do not think the right course is to just say, no, you're not allowed to talk about it. That's how we end up in a world where people do wish death upon one another and think that it's all okay because it all just gets swept away and no one's accountable for anything.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
That is a no. Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th, yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no.
Basically stonewalling our ability to get the answers to the American people.
It has been 9 days, and these are simple questions to answer. I'm quite sure if I asked any one of my kids if they got in trouble and I told them to give me the details, I would get more answers from them than I'm getting from you right now. And that's what's frustrating on a bipartisan basis, on a nonpartisan basis. This is a joke.